Elon has one heavy wallet, your news update, and we Netflix and chill on this edition of State of the Bands Weekend starting right now. Hello and welcome to Arbitrage State of the Bands Weekend for April 23rd, 2022. I'm Joshua Stark. Elon Musk said he has lined up $46.5 billion in financing to buy Twitter, and he's trying to negotiate an agreement with the company. Last week, Musk announced an offer to buy the social media company for $54.20 per share, or about $43 billion. At the time, he did not say how he would finance the acquisition. The Tesla CEO said Thursday in documents filed with the U.S. securities regulators that he's exploring what's known as a tender offer to buy all of the social media platform's common stock for $54.20 per share in cash. Under a tender offer, Musk, who owns about 9% of Twitter shares, would take his offer directly to other shareholders, bypassing the board. Applications for unemployment benefits inched down last week as the total number of Americans collecting aid fell to its lowest level in more than 50 years. Jobless claims fell by 2,000 to 184,000 last week, the Labor Department said Thursday. The 4-week average of claims, which levels out week-to-week volatility, rose by 4,500 to 177,250. About 1.42 million Americans were collecting traditional unemployment benefits in the week of April 9th, the fewest since April 21st, 1970. 2 years after the coronavirus plunged the economy into a brief but devastating recession, American workers are enjoying extraordinary job security. Zipline, an American company that specializes in using autonomously flying drones to deliver medical supplies, has taken off in Japan. They're flying starting Thursday across the tiny Goto Islands off the western coast of Kyushu in southwestern Japan, delivering to pharmacies and hospitals. Other parts of Japan may follow, including urban areas, although the biggest needs tend to be in isolated rural areas. Zipline, founded 6 years ago, is already in service in the U.S., where it has partnered with Walmart Incorporated to deliver other products at the retail chain, as well as drugs. It also is delivering medical goods in Ghana and Rwanda. Its takeoff in Japan is in partnership with Toyota Kyushu, a group company of Japan's top automaker, Toyota Motor Corporation. When the waves wash trash onto the beaches of frontline South Korean islands, Kang Dong-wan can often be found hunting for what he calls his treasure, rubbish from North Korea that provides a peek into a place that's shut down to most outsiders. This can be very important material because we can learn what products are manufactured in North Korea and what goods people use there. Kong, 48, a professor at South Korea's Dong-A University, told the Associated Press in a recent interview. He was forced to turn to the delicate information gathering method because COVID-19 made it much harder for outsiders to find out what's going on inside North Korea, one of the world's most cloistered regions, even without pandemic border closures. News and more are next on Arbitrage State of the Bands Weekend. Don't forget to check out arbitragetrade.org, free financial literacy lessons. We'll talk more about that next.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This week's State of the Bands blog includes April is for Financial Literacy, our weekly Elon tracker, and Royce and I Netflix and chill. That's right. All this and more in this week's State of the Bands blog, available now at arbitragetrade.com. Now let's go to the president and CEO of Arbitrage, Mr. Royce Wells, for more. Royce.
Have I been demoted?
You know,
I just need to know.
President,
I will
CEO.
gladly shut the door, turn off the light,
President,
sweep the floor.
CEO, janitor.
Janitor, hey, if I won't ask you to do it if I'm not willing to do it.
You know,
So, hey, here we go.
There you go.
There you go.
Speaking of things that you do around here, you teach us all about our finances. I've been a little bit, how shall we say this, recalcitrant, but you try to teach us how to handle money good, and
Yes.
that's something that April is trying to espouse. Financial Literacy Month. So
Yeah. A lot of people, when dealing with their finances, they always forget the number one rule.
Which
Be
is?
selfish. Be selfish. Pay yourself first. If you can pay your cell phone bill, pay yourself something. Even if you're just putting just a little bit into an investment account every single month. Make sure you're not giving it to anybody. It's literally just for you.
You know, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who's opening his own business. And, you know, I've owned 3, and you've owned some. And
Yeah.
and we both know that you can't put 100% into the business. You have to pay yourself.
You absolutely do. And typically, if you're starting a business, the person that gets paid last, guess who that is? The person who owns the business, because
Right.
they want to make sure that if they've hired hands, that those hands who are running the business keeps it running. So whatever's left, that's what the owner gets. So be selfish, and financial literacy, learn to pay yourself first and consistently pay yourself. You won't forget to feed your children. Don't forget to feed yourself, right?
Well, according to a study that was published by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, or FINRA, only 34% of Americans have some level of financial literacy. What in the world is going on? Because that means 66% of people don't know what's going on with their finances.
Well, I think a lot of that boils down to them getting rid of home ec in school. Like in the 70s and 80s, home economics was one of the things. They taught you how to balance checkbooks. They taught you how to manage money, taught you how cash flow and different things work. But once they got rid of home ec, guess what? There is no more home ec. There is no one else teaching, at least at that caliber, to that wide an audience. So one of the reasons Arbitrage exists literally is to make sure that we are still getting the word out about being financially responsible and knowing how to make your money work for you instead of you work for your money.
Absolutely. And we've got resources for that. Arbitragetrade.org is our financial literacy institute, and we work hard to make sure that you have the resources you need. They're absolutely free. Go to arbitragetrade.org, where we have trading lessons, we have Forex lessons, and brand new, we have our crypto, first part of our crypto lessons. So make sure you check that out.
Yeah, because cryptocurrency is pretty cool.
Cryptocurrency is cool. And I got to say, part of this pays my paycheck. So I'm great with financial literacy and people knowing things. More after this on Arbitrage State of the Bands Weekend. Stick around.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
A group of Tesla shareholders suing CEO Elon Musk over some 2018 tweets about taking the company private is asking a federal judge to order Musk to stop commenting on the case. Lawyers for stockholders of the Austin, Texas-based company also say in court documents that the judge in the case has ruled that Musk's tweets about having funding secured to take Tesla private were false, and that his comments also violate a 2018 court settlement with U.S. securities regulators in which Musk and Tesla each agreed to pay $20 million in fines. Musk, during an interview Thursday at the TED 2022 conference, said that he had the funding to take Tesla private in 2018. He called the Securities and Exchange Commission a profane name and said that he only settled because bankers told him they would stop providing capital if he didn't, and Tesla would go bankrupt. The interview and court action came just days after Musk, the world's richest person, made a controversial offer to take over Twitter and turn it into a private company with a $43 billion offer that equals $54.20 per share. Twitter's board on Friday adopted a poison pill strategy that would make it prohibitively expensive for Musk to buy the shares. In court documents filed Friday, the lawyers for the Tesla shareholders alleged that Musk is trying to influence potential jurors in the lawsuit. They contend that Musk's 2018 tweets about having the money to take Tesla private at $420 per share were written to manipulate the stock price, costing shareholders money. Now lawyers say Musk is campaigning to influence possible jurors as the case gets closer to trial. Musk's comments risk confusing potential jurors with the false narrative that he did not knowingly make representations with his August 7, 2018 tweets, the lawyers wrote. His present statements on that issue, an unsubtle attempt to absolve himself in the court of public opinion, will only have a prejudicial influence on a jury. The lawyers asked Judge Edward M. Chin in San Francisco to restrain Musk from further making public comments on the issue till after the trial. Chin gave Musk's lawyers until Wednesday to respond. Alex Spiro, a lawyer representing Musk, wrote in an email Sunday that the plaintiff's lawyers are seeking a big payout. Nothing will ever change the truth, which is that Elon Musk was considering taking Tesla private and could have, he wrote. All that's left some half-decade later is random plaintiffs' lawyers trying to make a buck and others trying to block that truth from coming to light, all to the detriment of free speech. But the shareholders' lawyers wrote that Chin already ruled that Musk's tweets were false and misleading, and that no reasonable juror would conclude otherwise. Judge Chin's order, issued April 1st, was not in the public court file as of Sunday. Adam Apton, a lawyer for the shareholders, said it was sealed because it has evidence that Musk and Tesla say is confidential. It will stay sealed until the parties agree if anything should remain sealed, he wrote in an email. Our motion for TRO, or temporary restraining order, accurately describes the issues decided by the court, Apton wrote. More after this on Arbitrage, State of the Band's Weekend. Stick around.
Okay, so Sarah, I'm dropping you off at Emily's?
Yep.
And Josh, you're going to?
Soccer, Dad. Soccer practice.
Right. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know when I pick you both up, I'll be wearing my short shorts.
What?
No!
Yep, and my dorky dad hat, and I'm gonna do my dad dance for all your friends. They'll love it!
Seriously? Why?
Because I like my short shorts. Of course, I could be talked out of it if you guys would just buckle up your seatbelts without giving me a hard time.
It's important to get your kids to buckle up for safety, no matter what it takes. And sometimes, all it takes is your parental powers of persuasion.
Okay, we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time. What?
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Royce, I need some guacamole for my chips.
I too like guacamole, and I don't think you're gonna like these chips.
Well, there's
chocolate.
No.
Chocolate chips and guacamole, not good.
No, not even tortilla chips and guacamole. We're talking about the global computer chip shortage.
Oh, that thing again?
Yeah, it's harder for consumers to get their hands on like cars and computers and other modern day necessities like phones and things like that. So,
or cryptocurrency miners.
That's a good point. Absolutely.
Yeah, the shortage is probably due to all those people mining.
Shortage is real, man.
Yeah, globally scales.
Yeah. So Congress is looking to boost chip manufacturing and research in the U.S. They're trying to throw money at the thing.
Hey, that typically solves most problems. Throw money at it. Usually, if it's within reason, it usually can solve it, or at least fund what solves it.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes because there are two bills out there. There's one in the Senate and one in the House.
Oh, wow.
And the thing is that they're eager to spend money. I mean, the Senate bill projects spending by about $250 billion over the next 10 years, but the House bill sees about $400 billion over the next 10 years. There are differences. So the House and Senate bills both talk about $52 billion for semiconductor production and research, grants and loans and things like that. Chip funding is definitely the foundation of it, with, chips being kind of semiconductors. Not really.
Not really, but okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Mr. Mechanical Engineering over here, I can't do it, but I'm saying.
I'm trying really hard.
What we're seeing here is we're seeing a bipartisan effort to try to get more money into the U.S. and try to get less money into Taiwan. So it sounds like a good thing to me.
Yeah, they're doing mini hubs and mini stations and trying to basically make more locally made or more facilities that can produce the chips here in the U.S., which, hey, we like American jobs. We definitely like American jobs.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, I want to see, or at least asking them how they're doing it, so at least what they're producing is at least to the same quality or caliber.
Now, see, that's the thing, though. You know as well as I do, bills around the United States, they don't act like other countries' bills. You have a ton of pork that goes into bills. This particular one has unemployment assistance, has immigration assistance attached to it. I mean, there's a lot to these things. Oh yeah, climate change is also in there. $8 billion to help developing countries to adjust to climate change. Not us, by the way.
Yeah, but that's how you get the votes, right? It's like, hey, if you agree and then you agree, all people that have their different agendas, we all agree, then it passes, right?
Yeah.
Here's to democracy.
Here's to democracy. Man, if this passes, both bills, we'll see a $650 billion increase in spending. So I guess that's a good thing, right? More after this on Arbitrage State of the Bands Weekend.
More inflation.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Compute on these picks on Winners and Losers Computer Edition. This winner, up 19%, operates as a platform for public self-expression and conversation in real time, unless you're Elon Musk. The company offers Twitter, a platform that allows users to consume, create, distribute, and discover content. It also provides promoted products and services such as promoted ads and Twitter Amplify, follower ads, and Twitter Takeover, and other services. Twitter, symbol TWTR, starts at $46.58 a share. Next, this winner, up 12%, designs, develops, and markets transaction-based and specialty printers and terminals in the United States and internationally. Its thermal printers and terminals generate labels, coupons, and transaction records, such as receipts, tickets, and other documents, as well as printed logging and plotting of data. Transact Tech, symbol TACT, starts at $7.47. And this winner, up 11%, provides a cloud content management platform that enables organizations of various sizes to manage and share their content from anywhere on any device. Box, symbol BOX, starts at $31.43 a share. Tough week for losers this week. Down 60%, this loser provides cloud-delivered software as a service, cybersecurity solutions that protect businesses, their employees, and customers against threats from email, files, and the web. It provides Siren threat detection services, which include email security engines that offer anti-spam inbound and outbound IP reputation and virus outbreak detection services, malware detection engine that is used to protect email applications, web security engine, which is used by customers to provide URL classification for web browser filtering and safe search capabilities, and threat analysis services to detect advanced cyber threats. Siren Limited, symbol CYRN, starts at $2.80 a share. Next, at 31% down, this loser provides intelligent robotics, radio frequency identification, and supply chain solutions for enterprises worldwide. The Intelligent Robotics division provides custom-made machines for industrial automation and assembly of products and packing that offer technological solutions. The RFID division provides hardware products such as thermal and barcode printers, RFID and barcode scanners and readers, wireless, mobile, and forklift terminals, wireless infrastructure, active and passive RFID tags, ribbons, labels, and tags, and RFID systems for libraries, and many more services. Better Online Solutions, symbol BOSC, starts at $2.14 a share. And last, at 27% down, this loser provides mobile-based social and entertainment services in the People's Republic of China, operating Momo interactive platform that includes its Momo mobile application as well as various related properties. Hello Group, symbol MOMO, starts at $4.42 a share. Winners and losers is provided for informational purposes only and does not constitute advice in trading. Percentages and stock prices were current at time of recording. Arbitrage Trade Analytics is solely responsible for the content of this podcast, but you should seek out the assistance of a licensed professional for investment advice. More after this.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous, as in Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Royce, we're Netflixing and chilling.
Are you sure we're not Paramounting and chilling? Noggin and chilling?
I don't know.
Disney Plus and chilling?
The new...
Paramount and chilling?
Man... I mean, I can make arguments for all those.
Hulu and chilling. I mean,
Picard's on Paramount Plus, Moon Knight on Disney Plus, Orville's coming up on Hulu. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, Tubi. I mean, there's all kinds of literally. And don't forget the old the Vendu and all these other streaming services. They have a lot of competition, so they better keep their lead by staying current and basically marching forward.
Oops.
Yeah, there was about 35% drop.
35%, and they're just digging themselves a deeper grave because they're talking about minimizing password sharing, which is something that is very prevalent.
Oh yeah,
and
I mean that's part of their culture. I mean they should know better than that. It's like, and they keep raising their prices, and like people don't mind the price raise as long as they can share accounts.
Yep.
Because guess what? People are still using them. But if you start altering how your services work, like adding commercials in the middle, like I think Hulu saw something bad.
So, Hulu, that's a good point. Hulu currently has an ad-supported tier, and Netflix really needs to take notes about that because it's the most annoying thing in the world.
Yeah, and you can't pay to get out of it. And I know there was a recent price hike in Netflix as well.
Yeah.
Because you have HD. Oh, that's you're going to be paying this, and you want to do more than 3 devices. Oh, you want to do 5 devices. Okay, yeah, we can let you do 5 devices.
I can speak to this because it's the same thing about GameStop of all places.
Yeah.
They major on the minors, and they try to just wring every dollar they can out of everybody who comes through the door.
Yeah.
And the thing is that people are starting to notice this. Netflix down 200,000 subscribers during the January-March quarter. It's the first loss that they've seen, but it's not going to be the last, definitely. They actually withdrew from Russia, which, it's another loss of about 700,000 subscribers, they say. Projecting a loss of 200 million subscribers in the current quarter. 2 million subscribers in the current quarter. So they're getting some loss. Here's the thing, and you have to factor this in. There are so many places people can go. We mentioned Disney Plus. We mentioned Paramount. We mentioned Hulu.
Stars. I mean, they're
Amazon
HBO Plus,
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
And the thing is that people are starting to notice. There are 100 million households in the U.S. and Canada that are viewing Netflix.
I will say I do like this one thing about Netflix, though. There's something called Netflix Kids. So basically it helps you. They've added new profiles. So they've added where you can lock it down by password. So that way the different content from the different users can be separated. And basically it keeps kids from going into the main account and doing stuff and watch stuff they shouldn't be able to see.
You know who else does that?
Who's that?
Everybody else.
But do they have their own app?
Not their own app, but I bet you it's coming.
Yeah. Microsoft has it, and basically you can get it from the store. So go for it.
We'll see you guys next time on Arbitrage State of the Bands Weekend.
Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, is a privately held market research company. Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, is solely responsible for the preparation and distribution of the content of this podcast. The opinions offered in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to be investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. For more information about the informational research and services offered by Arbitrage Trade Analytics, LLC, please visit arbitrage